Well, hello and welcome to Untitled Politics. Today we're going to be making a new Senate prediction. I haven't made a video on this channel today. I thought I would make a Senate prediction. So I'm just going to stay safe. So I've been busy with school and I kind of really didn't get into this. Back into making videos again, but I guess I'm going to do it now. Florida will be safe. I think Nebraska will make it safe in Iowa. And Vance will probably barely win by more than 10 points in Ohio. Alaska safe are probably an Arbor's R race. Those are safe Democrat states. Illinois might be safe. Just put Illinois likely. I think that's gonna be an interesting race. I don't think Republican. I think it could be like a sleeper flip. Not like a sleeper flip, but like a sleeper race that's really close. So, I mean, it was only like a deep of 17 states, so I don't really think it's going to be that big lopsided of a victory in Illinois. So I do think it will be a D plus 9 states, probably something like that. I think it's possible if it goes under 10. But let's fill in this map. So I put Wisconsin as likely R. I think Johnson's pretty popular. I think he's gonna win the election in Wisconsin. I do think he's a solid candidate to win the race in Wisconsin. I think he's going to win by probably around 7 points because he won big in 2016. He's been doing well in the polls. He's against very weak challengers in a very terrible national environment for the Democrats. So I do think that Wisconsin is going to be a likely R state for Republicans. Also, a likely R state, North Carolina. Ted Budd is basically doing this in the polls right now. He's basically leading by a likely margin in the polls. And the national environment absolutely suggests that this would be a likely R race, and Ted Budd's running a very solid campaign. Sherry Beasley is a very weak candidate, and honestly, this could probably even be a safe R race, if we're being honest. And Washington could be a little interesting. I do think that Matt Murray is going to win by like 8 points in the state of Washington. I do think it could be a little close because some polls have added it within like 5 points. So I'm not going to rule it out. Smiley is running a solid campaign in Washington, but it is absolutely a long shot race. In Colorado, I think Colorado, yeah, we kind of messed up on this race. We're basically don't have any good candidates for this race, but I do think the national environment will push it under 10 no matter who the nominee is. So I think it will be a likely Democrat race, but honestly, I don't think we have a shot at winning it anymore. So now, that's all the likely states. So let's do the lean states. I do believe Nevada is lean. I think Lake Salt's running a very solid campaign. Most polls have had Republicans doing very well in the state of Nevada. I do think Republicans are going to win the state of Nevada. Next we come to Arizona. Yeah, with the riots outside Arizona yesterday, I do think that those are going to help Republicans. I don't know if people are really going to care about it, but yeah, this is just so stupid. The national environment's good for the Republicans, so I do think they are going to win the state of Arizona. Kelly, really, his approval rating has been dropping a lot since Election Day, so I do believe that Kelly is going to lose. Could be a little close, but yeah, we'll see. I do believe Kelly is not going to win re-election. So next we come over to Georgia. I do think Herschel Walker's going to win. Biden barely won Georgia, and the national environment is becoming very unfavorable for the Democrats. Is actually going to flip. They're doing terrible in suburban areas in special elections. You've seen this. They've had several elections in Georgia where Democrats have been doing poor in suburban areas like Cobb County. And there was another one where in the primary, the suburbs actually shifted big to the right in terms of what party has more votes. And they have open primaries in Georgia, so that's definitely more of an indicator. But, I mean, it wasn't really any competitive Democrat primaries, so there was probably some crossover, but I don't know. Next we come over to these states, so Pennsylvania. I do think Oz is going to pull it off by maybe a lean margin. Polling is basically identical to 2016 at this time, where Toomey was down by a similar amount. But he ended up winning by a sizable margin. I do think Oz is going to win by 1 to 2 points in Pennsylvania. Mastriano's probably going to overperform him, but I do believe Oz is going to win. Republicans are still unsure about Oz, but I do think that he's going to win a lot of the Republican vote in Pennsylvania. That is still outstanding. Republicans are winning the generic ballot polls in Pennsylvania. It's just they're having some trouble with the governor and the Senate race. But Shapiro's a strong candidate. Fetterman, not really, but Oz is definitely a weak candidate as of right now. I do think that could change, but I think, yeah. Now we come over here. I do think we still have some hope in New Hampshire. I think Morse could make a solid candidate for the state of New Hampshire. I do think Bolduc would have a chance. It would be a little harder, but I do think Bolduc would still win. I think the national environment is going to push us to win New Hampshire. We almost won it in 2016 under a Democrat positive, and New Hampshire has shifted left, but I do think it was a little overestimated. I do think it was like a little overestimated how much it actually shifted left in 2020. The people just really overstate it. I mean, and like I don't explain it, but I do think that New Hampshire is a favorite for Republicans. I do think that Republicans will win New Hampshire. I think they are going to get 54 seats. I think that is probably their ceiling right now. I don't really see anything else flipping as of right now unless we get Biden to like below 25. That would probably be insane if that happens. So that's our prediction before the Republicans 46 Democrats. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.